Welcome back to Gearwire.com. My name is Bill Holland, and you're looking at the Novation Remote 25SL. An extremely powerful keyboard from Novation, combines their mixer unit with a keyboard of weighted keys, which can control hardware or software depending on what you're doing, and you can use this to DJ or play live or do whatever you want. The really nice thing is it auto maps very, very well. It has a program called Auto Map, which basically it looks at, okay, what plugin are you using, and it maps to that. You can also customize knobs. For example, this was originally not filter cutoff in resonance. I changed that. And you can even assign other things. If I go into my, I have a Z3TA open in Cakewalk, and I can, if I want to, if I have release control, for example, I can use the auto map to map to release. So now I have sustain and release as well. And you'll notice up here it changes to AEG sustain and release. So now when I play back, really easy way to set the controllers custom. Also, you can use the pads here for drums. So if I had a drum kit open, I could go to that and actually control my drums from here. Not quite as good as the pads on the Akai, but I still like these a lot. They're great for playing live because you can actually, lay down your synth line and then come over here and either or play over here. And notice that the latency is very low. Also, we have a mixer over here, which this can be tied to any mixer interface you might have. In Sonar, I can use it to mix my levels if I want. Again, you have to assign this using Auto Map. And if I click on my Auto Map on my computer, it'll actually see here display View User Effects Instrument Mixer. If you saw my video on the Novation Nocturne recently, you'll notice that it's the same type of layout that's present in Auto Map shows up here. And then I can click on User, Effects, Instrument, or Mixer, and then you can assign within your auto mapping software which one it is. Now, if I go here, you can select templates by hitting Template, and I can then navigate. If I go up one, see we have User 1, User 2, Reason, Auto Map, Pro Tools, FL Studio, Vanguard 3, Vanguard 2, Vanguard 1, Helion, Z3TA, 1, 2, Albino, ARP 2600 from Arturia, Korg, Legacy Instruments, G Media, Native Instruments, B4, Battery, etc., Novation Instruments, and going up the other way, we have an Ableton Live Auto Map. So really, really useful. Right now I have this hooked up to Sonar. I know you can't see it, but it is attached. If I hit play, I can go to Template Bank Program or Tempo, and I can set the master tempo for this track. Now, you'll notice it's the same speed as before. That's because this is not acting as a master, it's acting as a slave. So it doesn't really matter what my BPM's set to. I have my templates, banks, programs. I'm going to take it back to template for now. And you'll see here I can also navigate between my maps doing this simply from here. Now all these have defaults. If I go to any of my numerous plugins, you'll notice that all of these values will change up. And that the levels that these all control are completely different. For example, I'll go back over to my Dimension Pro, and now you'll notice this controls completely different values. Sometimes it doesn't even match up. So If there is no auto mapping for a specific instrument, you actually have to go in and do it yourself. But in this case, I can attach these sliders to my LFO. So moving on, you'll notice again the drum pads. We also have pitch and mod control. And an XY controller, which can be assigned to any variety of parameters. So I can assign this to things like my filter cutoff and resonance as well. And also, if you look at the rows on the side here, you can select which of these sections you're in. On the right here, you can assign CC and NRPN values. On the left as well. And now you'll notice for each of these that these buttons act differently than the knobs. These are absolute switches versus these, which are rotary switches. They go through the whole value of rotation from 0 to 127. And again, you have your pads, which are a separate entity. We also have the transport control, which allows us to move back and forth in a track. And reverse, we have octave control for the keyboard, a loop function, and a record button. So that's it. That's the Remote SL from Novation. My name is Bill Holland, and you are watching Gearwire.com.